Now on CoastTV News.
ICE spending swap, how Delaware Senator Chris Coons wants to redirect taxpayer money away from the Immigration Enforcement Agency. Plus, pot proximity proposal, how Delaware lawmakers are looking to align retail marijuana businesses closer to the state's liquor laws.
We fell to 11 degrees in Georgetown, single digits in our surrounding towns. I'm tracking a little thaw here over the next few days before another round of Arctic air, and we prepare for a potential major winter storm over the weekend.
This is CoastTV News Midday.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. Today is Wednesday, January 21st. I'm Grace Eckerly and welcome to CoastTV News Midday. Starting off our day by taking a look into Rehoboth Beach this morning. It may look sunny, but it is frigid outside. Turning now to First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono. Chris, we got a chilly day today.
Oh yes, we had some cold temperatures out there this morning, but we're slowly rebounding out there. We're now up to 36 degrees in Lewis after beginning in the teens. And you can see we're pretty much all above the freezing mark. We're at 38 in Salisbury, 35 now in Georgetown, 36 in Bethany Beach. Now we're enjoying bright blue skies, sunshine. Now we have a weak clipper system back off to the west, producing some light snow showers across Ohio, portions of Missouri, as well as down through Kentucky and Illinois. Some rain showers there. Now we could see a brief shower into the overnight. Now as far as temperatures go today, enjoy it because we're going to have a seasonably cool day across the area. Southwest winds gusting to near 30 miles an hour. We'll get up to 43 Georgetown, 41 in Harrington, 42 Ocean Pines, and 41 in Bethany Beach. We're going to trend even milder into the day tomorrow. We're going to push the lower 50s. Then we track some bitterly cold Arctic air to start the weekend. That will lead to that threat of some snow. We'll talk about that potential big storm over the weekend here in a little bit.
Thank you, Chris. New this morning, according to the Ocean City Council, 1,257 signatures were submitted on Tuesday in an effort to trigger a referendum on the town's current moratorium. The moratorium restricts homeowners in residential areas and mobile home communities from purchasing a rental license. The town will now spend the next few weeks verifying each and every signature, and if it did, at least 990 are deemed valid, an issue would go to public vote. Also new this morning, a new bill from Delaware Senator Chris Coons would shift billions in federal funding away from immigration enforcement and into local police departments. According to Senator Coons and Nevada Senator Cortez Masto, the Public Safety Act would redirect nearly $75 billion in funding from immigration and customs enforcement, instead investing that money into local law enforcement programs nationwide. U.S. leaders say the bill would cut ICE's expanded budget by about 88% while keeping the agency's regular funding in place for traditional immigration enforcement. And in Maryland, the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled on Tuesday that state laws prohibiting guns in sensitive places is largely constitutional. Those sensitive places include healthcare facilities and schools. Also, it bans concealed guns within 1,000 feet of a public demonstration. The decision comes after the Maryland State Rifle and Pistol Association and an individual handgun owner asked the U.S. Court of Appeals to review a trial court decision. And here's what Governor Wes Moore stated on Tuesday night following the ruling. Quote, "The Fourth Circuit affirmed what common sense and our Constitution already makes clear. We can protect the Second Amendment while also protecting Marylanders." We have not heard a response yet from Maryland State Rifle and Pistol Association. And today, Maryland Governor Wes Moore set to announce his budget proposal for the fiscal year 2027. The state is currently facing an over $1 billion budget deficit, and on Tuesday, he laid out a plan for over $73 million for economic development and community revitalization. We previously reported that Governor Moore is proposing a record $10.2 billion of taxpayer money for Maryland's K-12 public schools as part of his fiscal year 2027 budget. Maryland's fiscal year will begin on July 1st. And the Delaware General Assembly now considering a bill that would make marijuana licensing work more like state liquor laws, specifically on how close marijuana businesses can be to each other. This is for retail establishments and not for producers and wholesalers. House Bill 271 is assigned to Economic Development and Banking, Insurance, and Commerce Committee. And this concrete dune crossover It was built without state approval at Prime Hook Beach, and now it has to come down. Denmark says the 118-foot ramp violates beach protection rules and could harm local and migrating species, including from traffic by vehicles and boats. The agency has ordered it to be removed within 15 days. The state also wants the dune restored with sand grading and beach grass. If the property owner does not comply, Denmark could take legal action, but the owner does have the option to appeal within 20 days, which could lead to a public hearing. Now stay with us on CoastTV News Midday, because coming up after the break, new bill at Legislative Hall, the possible new option for Delawareans for driver's licenses and IDs.
We're going to thaw out a little here over the next few days. 40s today, by tomorrow 50s. Continue to see sunshine, dry, pleasant conditions, but we're going to have some big changes over the weekend. Congratulations to Kathy Dool, Milton, Delaware, on winning an umbrella from CoastTV. I'll have our latest thinking on our potential major winter storm over the weekend here in minutes.
A new bill in Delaware is aiming to improve safety for people with invisible disabilities during encounters with law enforcement. According to officials, House Bill 280, known as Eric's ID law, would allow Delawareans with non-apparent disabilities to voluntarily display a small butterfly symbol on state-issued driver's licenses and ID cards. The symbol is designed to help communicate a person's needs in situations where speaking may be difficult. The bill would also require the DMV to add a disability notation to state IDs that will strengthen police training on how to safely interact with people who have non-apparent disabilities. And for more information on the proposed legislation, you can head to the article that's on our website right now, coasttv.com. And Maryland is actually the first state to have a law like this in place. The state has been allowing the symbol on licenses and IDs. It's given those with hidden disabilities the option to add the butterfly symbol to their licenses or ID at no cost. State officials say it was designed to help first responders recognize hidden disabilities and respond with a greater understanding while protecting individual privacy. And coming up next, taking a look at the Chris Cam. You know he is a busy guy with this winter storm ahead. He's got a full forecast, including this weekend's storm, after this.
Well, after some single digits this morning, we're rebounding pretty nicely across the area under mostly sunny skies. Taking that look into Rehoboth Beach, we're finally above the freezing mark, 35, and that's thanks to a southeasterly wind. We're running about 10 degrees warmer right now than just where we were 24 hours ago in Ocean City and in Salisbury, so that's a sign that we are beginning to thaw out, if you will. Temperatures are generally in the mid to upper 30s, 37 in Milton, we're at 38, Willards 38 in Salisbury, 35 in Georgetown. Now the winds are more out of the south-southeast, and they're going to be shifting more out of the south throughout the afternoon. We'll have a few gusts, 25, 30 miles an hour. We still do have small craft advisories, and these run through early Thursday morning for the threat of some winds as high as 25 knots offshore. Now we have plenty of clear skies out there. We'll have a few clouds begin to increase this evening as this Clipper system. Very weak, not a whole lot of moisture associated with this, but we could see a brief sprinkle or even a snow shower into the overnight. So a brief thaw over the next few days. We're going to top in the 40s, 50s by tomorrow. Then the renewed Arctic air arrives into the weekend as we kick off the weekend Saturday. Bitterly cold, wind chills in the single digits, and that sets the stage for our potential major winter storm as we go into Sunday through Monday. So plenty of sunshine through the afternoon. We begin to see clouds increase late this evening, not as cold tonight. With the added cloud cover, and that south wind will fall into the lower to mid 30s. There's those wind gusts anywhere between about 25 to 30 miles an hour. So we begin the evening with some clear skies, then the clouds increase. There's that brief shower or even a snow shower threat wee hours of Thursday morning. By daybreak, we are clear, and by Thursday afternoon, we're going to rise into the lower 50s, and that is certainly going to feel good because Friday is going to be a transition day where we transition back into the lower 40s. Arctic front pushes through. We fall to 22 degrees, and with the wind chill, it's going to feel like the single digits. Arctic high pressure settles in over the weekend. That sets the stage for our potential snowstorm. We're going to see a wide range of precipitation set up across the plains and the Ohio River Valley. Snow, ice, and rain. That will transition to our area by Sunday. Scenario 1 keeps us all snow. Scenario 2, we begin to see some mixing, especially at the coast, and that's really been a concern here over the last few model runs that we've had. You can see that snow beginning to break out early Sunday morning and continuing. Then watch as that area of low pressure gets closer, pulling in some warmer air off the Atlantic. We transition to sleet and perhaps even rain. That's something we're going to have to continue to monitor here over the next few days. The American model keeps us primarily snow with some sleet and freezing rain primarily at the beaches, but you can see most of the western portion of the peninsula stays all snow. Now, early snowfall projections show at least 4 to 8 inches from Lewis down through Rehoboth, down through Ocean City into Assateague, with that mixing concern, especially at the beaches. I think the highest totals are going to generally be across the midshore, western portions of Sussex and Kent County. This is a fluid situation, and we're going to continue to monitor the forecast and fine-tune things here over the next few days. We're still 4 days out. Keep that in mind. We have a yellow alert in play for that threat of snow continuing into Monday. Bitterly cold air, and plus with a snowpack, we're going to see those temperatures fall into the single digits by Tuesday morning. Grace.
Chris, today warming centers in Delaware are opening their doors to those in need. The Department of Health and Social Services says there are 8 warming stations across all 3 counties to provide people temporary relief from the cold during the day. These stations are open to anyone with no pre-registration required. The facilities will also provide essentials like blankets, food, and drinks. Officials say the centers can also connect visitors with additional services and support.
A lot of the Code Purple shelters are only available in the evenings. So during the day, all those people have to go somewhere, right? So we just want to be there so that they can get refuge from the cold air.
These centers are open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And with that cold that Chris mentioned, the shelters are open today from 9 to 4, like we mentioned, in Sussex County at the Shipley State Service Center, Adams State Service Center, and Laurel State Service Center. Now in Kent County at the William State Service Center and Smyrna State Service Center, and in Newcastle County at the Canby Park office, Claymont State Service Center, and Churchman's Corporate Center. Looking across Delmarva, more warming centers in Somerset County will be open today. According to officials, the Crisfield and Princess Anne public libraries are open from 10 a.m. until 6:45 p.m. for anyone who would like to get out of the cold. And we will have more winter storm coverage in our shows on the CoastTV News app, coasttvnews.com, as well as on our radio stations as we get closer to the storm this weekend. Video here of just hours ago. President Trump arriving in Davos, Switzerland ahead of an economic speech at the World Economic Forum's annual meeting. According to AP News, Trump wrapped up his talks just before 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time after speaking for about 70 minutes. AP News reporting that Trump said he will ask Congress to cap credit card interest rates at 10% for 1 year. As for his approach to taking Greenland, Trump said he will not use force to acquire Greenland. He said in part, quote, "We want a piece of ice for protection, and they won't give it," adding, quote, "You can say yes, and we'll be very appreciative, or you can say no, and we will remember," end quote. According to AP News' reporting, Trump will now meet with the Swiss president, as well as Ukrainian President Zelensky. And growth on the coast. We know it's a big issue. We have growing pains because, well, everyone wants to live here. But that comes at a cost. Roads, infrastructure, development, a loss of open space. All of that creating conflict and concerns. CoastTV News has investigated all those deep-seated issues that brought us to where we are today. And on February 4th at 7 p.m., join us for a 1-hour special to help you understand the price of paradise, growth on the coast. Now here's what you can look forward to this afternoon on Coast Life at 4 p.m.
Hope you're having a good day so far here along coastal Delmarva. And if you join us today at 4 for some Coast Life, here is what's coming your way. Ladies of Long Neck, it is important to take care of your health. We're going to be chatting with our friends from BB Healthcare. Also, we know the Schaefer Family Foundation loves to give back to first responders. We're going to see what they are up to as well. And we're going to be recapping yesterday's great debate. We were talking fries and what is the best dipping sauce. We're going to hear from you and settle our great debate today at 4. Where all of that and more is coming at you with Coast Life. We'll see you then.
A commission appointed by Maryland Governor Wes Moore has recommended a new congressional map that could put Republican Congressman Andy Harris at risk of re-election. The proposal would shift his redistrict to favor Democrats and now head to the Democrat-controlled legislature. State leaders are divided, with some warning of legal and political consequences if this proposed map moves forward. And new this morning in Sussex County, according to Delaware Natural Resources Police, a man was arrested in Milton following an illegal deer hunting investigation. Police say those charges include firearm possession by a prohibited person, unlawful possession of game, and intent to distribute heroin. Police also report that a separate arrest of a man in Ellendale for firearm possession and his failure to wear orange.
Well, we're enjoying those sunny skies on this Wednesday as we slowly thaw out after that frigid start. We're at 37 in Laurel. Nice afternoon, seasonable in the lower 40s under those sunny skies. You can get your latest forecast by calling our First Alert weather phone. I'll have your latest 10-day forecast up next. Well, I hope you get out and enjoy the day today, and especially tomorrow, because we have some real unpleasant weather lurking over the weekend as we take a live look into Ocean View. 38 degrees, sunny skies, and we're warming up pretty nicely. I mean, if you were out early this morning, we had temperatures as low as 9 degrees. We're now up to 41 in Salisbury, 39 in Cambridge, and 41 in Ocean City as we continue to see those winds out of the south. We'll have a few gusts through the afternoon, 25 to 30 miles an hour, and we'll remain mainly clear through the evening, and then clouds will increase overnight as a weak clipper system dives through the area. Could bring a brief rain or snow shower through the overnight. Will fall to 32, 53 by Thursday, the pick of the week. Then changes arrive. Friday, we could see a late snow shower as an Arctic front pushes through the region. Saturday, bitterly cold, 22 degrees, feeling like the single digits most of the day, and then we focus our attention on our impending snowstorm. Could be a big storm across portions of the peninsula. We still have to fine-tune the track and the details across the area. Still 4 days out. Could see that snow linger into Monday, and then we stay very cold, Grace, into early and the middle part of next week.
Chris, we can finally do our snow angels we've been talking about. Well, thank you for that, and thank you for joining us for Coast TV News Midday. If you like more local news and local weather, especially ahead of this winter storm, download our Coast TV News app. And don't forget to join us back here for Coast TV News at 5 later this afternoon. And until then, have a great Wednesday.